How are you all doing, folks? So welcome back to ALCHEMOTO's workshop. This is the final instalment of the detailing on the Bobhead 48 on Seb's bike. So I'll just flick back to show you it's not a riding day today. Hope you enjoyed the little ride I did the other day if you've watched that so far. If not, it's an epic little sort of 20-minute ride out and to test the audio on the Bobhead B1 helmet. So if you've not watched that, please do watch that in the back catalogue. But yeah, the weather is absolutely atrocious today, so we're going to finish off this bike. So, well, we had our summer yesterday here in the UK. So looking out at the ALCHEMOTO workshop outside, it is not a riding day today. We've had thunder and lightning. Not a chance, not even on the Pan Am today. So instead we're concentrating on the detailing on Seb's bike. Plenty of polishes on the floor down there. So I've moved forward a little bit on this bike. I've done all the bright work, finished the back hub, polished what I can, polished a little bit of paint work. So I've detailed all of the bits and pieces. I'll show you guys exactly what I've done. We've got the paint work to do now, the 3-stage cutting, the ceramic coating and the final detailing before we finish this off. So I'll bring you guys closer, show you what I've done so far, and then we'll move on to the paint correction. Okay, so working at the front of the bike, you see how deep that gloss black is now. We've really gone to town with this. So getting the depth of paint is getting that polish right in there and cutting to the point of no return. You've really got to get that like glass. And if you look at paintwork close up under a microscope, the undulations, it would be like this. So what you're doing every time you polish, you're flattening that out. Okay, so the flatter it is, it's like a mirror, the better that shine's going to be. So you really need to cut that paint in to get that deep shine. Oh, and Seb, I don't know if you like these, but I forgot I had these. I think these look epic on your bike, so they finish off your axle, their axle nut covers. So that is a little treat from me. I hope you like them. I really do think they do suit the bike, so they're staying on in my opinion. Okay, so again with this side, beautiful, beautiful gloss down the fork tube. Again, we've got the cover on there. Inside of here, up on these covers, and then the headlamp. Look at the shine on that now. We really have got a nice deep shine everywhere on the black. We've got the chin spoiler that's been repainted. Beautiful, all the way up, even polishing the frame. Beautiful shine on the rocker covers, the Allen Ness filter. Polished, exhaust. And I did point out this last time, even underneath the bike. The bits you don't normally see, so I've gone underneath the frame as well, where you always get the salt and everything from the roads and all the corrosion. So all the bits of rust on the rails, which every bike's got, that's all been detailed and taken off and repainted underneath. Got a little bit more to do on the rear swing arm. You can see how that already from one pass is already shiny. Rear wheel. I know the light's not the best in here. Rear wheel's been polished up, and even down to these now polished up on the air suspension. So what we've got left to do, see how you've got this here, which is all faded, and again on the back fender or mudguard if you're from the UK. So just take a close look at that, and then we'll show you again when we've finished We've sort of done this side just to show you the depth of shine you can get, and we've got the side covers to do. And then the tank is having the 3-stage prep and ceramic coating and ceramic coating on all this paintwork here. Engine cover now is looking beautiful, and even down to polishing the jockey shift. Okay folks, so again we've got the snap-on sander polishing tool. You see we've got the smaller sponge on there. I haven't got the small Velcro head, so I have to use it on this one, just put it in the centre. And I'm just going to use this so I can get in these parts in here, then we'll probably swap over to the bigger head in a bit. Again, for this we're using the medium cut Evo 3 compound. Just put a bit on there, you don't need an awful lot, just that'll do. Just dab it on there, just get the excess off so it doesn't spray everywhere. Okay, and then some light passes, so that's all we're going to do at first, just to cut this down and then keep working it in. There's a massive difference to how I was showing you before. So again, we're just going to keep working that again 2 or 3 times with the cutting, and then we're going to finish off with my anti-hologram. Permanently removes holograms and swirls and polishes to a high gloss mirror finish. Absolutely mirror finish now, that's beautiful. So we still haven't finished with that yet. So you can see what a difference it makes, just a couple of passes with a sponge pad. You can polish all day long with your hands and a rag, but you can't beat using a proper tool for it. It really does bring the depth of shine out. So I'm going to go ahead now with the anti-hologram paint, finish that off before that gets ceramic, and then move on to the side panels. The only difference I've done now is I've just changed a different pad. These different colours are slightly different compounds. This is a little bit harder than the black sponge pad, so you can get a little bit more compression in just to cut that paint a little bit more. Okay, give that a polish up and see what the shine is like on that, folks. Just a great satisfaction in seeing something just change, just from a little bit of handiwork. Remember, I always use a lint-free rag so you don't get all the bits and pieces on it. It's just like a cotton cloth. And then just remember that the more polish you put on there, the quicker, the easier it is to polish next time. That'll just give you plenty of protection as well. And also the ceramic will give you a UV protection as well, so it'll keep the shine in and stop any paint fade underneath as well. And now move on to the side cover. So same again, we're just using this sponge so we can get a little bit more pressure in. So you don't get all the polish flinging everywhere, just give it a good wipe in on the panel. And then same again, some nice easy passes along here. You're not going to stop all of that sort of bit of polish flinging up, but you know, it'll come off quite easy anyway, so don't worry about that. It is a pain sometimes, but the less you get on there, the easier it is to clean everything else up. Beautiful shine. Again, you've got that depth of black as well that comes out. And that is what we're after, folks. Okay, so for doing the tank, you see, I use a big dust sheet, which you can get from any of your usual general stores. In the UK, this one's from B&Q. So it just saves flinging any of your polish all over the bike, which obviously doing the tank, you're going to get a bit more than what you've got on the smaller parts. So, yeah, just put a hole in the middle of it, put your sheet down, tie it up as well, and just watch your polishing mop doesn't get caught in it because it'll just whiz it round and make a mess. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just clean the tank down before we start doing the first stage of polishing. Okay, so I'm just using a general brake cleaner, and that's just going to take any bits of dirt and any polish residue off from there so we can start from scratch. And again, we're going to start with the sander polishing tool. We've put the bigger black pad on, and again with a medium cut. So again, you just want to spread a little bit of that in the paintwork. And again, folks, I will stress, do not press down. If you've got the polishing tool, don't press too hard. If you're using the air polisher, you can get a little bit more speed, but also a little bit more chance of burning the paint, which is what you don't want. So with this tool, it just gives you the right amount of pressure, and it's pretty hard to burn the paint with one of these. You can of course spray a little bit of water on just to wet that sponge up a little bit, and it will just prolong the life of the polish. Okay folks, so the second pass now is with the, I've changed the head again now, we've got a purple head on. It's slightly tougher again than the black and tougher than the other 3-inch pad I had on before. So we're going to use now the anti-hologram. Put a deep shine on with this baby. Again, just put some on there and then just mix it all over the tank. And same again. Again, soft cloth all the time, folks. I don't use a microfiber on these. I tend to think microfibers still can scratch the paint, and when you've heated the paint up, it's warm, so it's going to scratch more easy if you soften the clear coat up. So I always use very soft rags. Got a beautiful pearl finish in this paint. The thing with the pearl paint is the more the shine, the more that light hits it, the more it brings the pearls out. So it's been an absolute full day on here. We've had about another, I don't know, 6 hours on Seb's bike. So we've had a hell of a task getting all the bright work done, all the back wheel to get to this stage now with the tank. So a few fine scratches on there. I'm going to fill those in before we go to ceramic coat. The ceramic will fill any minor undulations in the paintwork then, and it will coat that and give a hard finish and a UV protection on it. And that's what we're going to give to this bike. So once this is done, we're going to find a little flash over with everything and wipe everything down, and then we'll just go around the bike and show you everything complete. Okay, so for the ceramic coating, we are using the Matrix Blue 4D ceramic coating. 3-year protection that is on that one against UV and all sorts. You've got the applicator cloths, you've got the blue bottle, and then the applicator and the cloth here. So all we're doing is we put a few small drops on the applicator, like so, and then transfer to the tank. And then that's all you're doing is some nice smooth motions with the applicator all over the tank. So you'll notice that obviously we've given this bike one hell of a deep clean before we even attempt to do anything like this, or else you end up with a lot of black and dirt that you pick up, and you don't want to be putting the ceramic over any dirt. So the cleaner you've got the bike, the better your ceramic coating is going to be. So you'll notice that I'm even doing inside the wheel rims. Any way you can get the applicator and put a coating on there, and that's going to keep those wheels a hell of a lot easier to keep clean once it's got the ceramic on, because the dirt won't stick to it the same. Okay folks, so I think that is it. We have spent an absolute ton of hours on this thing for Seb on the Bobhead bike, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So we're just going to do a little bit of a walk around now, show you exactly what we've done, recap, and how the bike looks. It is absolutely stunning. Okay folks, I'll just mention actually Mark Prescott, a fellow sickness member, come round this morning, and he's an absolute gentleman. And I've had the tank, which is usually just behind me on the shelf, sat there for the last 2 years. Finally it's gone. He's collected it this morning for a project of his. But for looking out for him as well, I'm picking up his tank this morning. He has brought me a bottle of Jack Daniels. So thanks very much for that, Mark. Much appreciated. And thanks for all your support. Okay, so getting back to the bike. So all the black on this bike that was dulled off now, we've brought it back to a beautiful, beautiful deep gloss. Okay, down on the top covers there, and all the way down the fork legs. Look at that, beautiful. And I found my spare axle nut covers. Obviously I changed to brass on my bike. Black on the wheels as well. All the paintwork's been polished and ceramic coated on there, so that should help with cleaning in the future. The hub's all polished up on here. The chin spoiler repainted. All of these detailed bright work, and then the brake lines as well have been repainted in satin black. The frame has been polished. We've got the nut covers, it's hard to see them there. There's the nut covers on now. Underneath the bike along here, and the frame repainted and cleaned. We've also, where is it now? And we've also done the chain as well in tungsten premium chain wax. It's an anti-fling, high temp, friction reducing formula. So not the cheapest, but I always get the best, so that'll do for the Pan Am as well. Paintwork on the rear fender, beautiful deep shine. Even the sissy bar has been polished to a high gloss finish. The side covers, everything you see that's black has been polished to a high standard, including the swing arm. Rear wheel again, we've cleaned the hub as best we can. It's hard to get into there. Rear wheel paintwork as well, ceramic coated and polished. Even down to the switch gear here, and ceramic on there, and the bars themselves as well. The tank, you've seen that now. We've had the 3-stage, well, we've had a 5-stage polish on this. Beautiful finish now, and ceramic coated. So again, that is better than new. Jockey shift, alloy, aluminium, or aluminum, if you're from the US of A. Polished to a high standard. The jockey shift lever, or lever, if you're from the US of A. Everything polished. Cylinders all back to black. The beautiful deep black on there now. And the same with the casings. The spring had rust on it as well. We've treated that. We've cleaned it, painted it, and also lubricated it as well because it was squeaking. Even down to the bracket there, we've polished that. The same with the brakes on the front, all clean, detailed and polished. The frame as well cleaned down here. The seats had some leather treatment and then cleaned up. Side panel, the bag which houses the compressor, because obviously we've got air ride on this thing. The same with these, and then the bags have been treated as well at the back. There you go folks, the completion of the detailing of the Bobhead 48 of Seb's bike. Now this thing is looking fantastic. It's probably good enough to walk away with any trophy at any national event. So I hope you enjoyed watching this series. If this is your first time watching ALCHEMOTO, please do check out the other episodes in this series and the rest back in my back catalogue. Again, if it is your first time watching ALCHEMOTO, please do hit the subscribe button. Please do like the video, share the video and comment if you dare. Till the next time folks, ALCHEMOTO is going to sign out.